back to the 25 days of Christmas. This is day 2, and that means it's story 2. This story is called Trouble at the End. This story is in the book Chicken Soup for the Christian Soul. This is a great collection. Over the last 10 years, I've read this almost every year around Christmas. It just seems to help me focus on what's important and what the holiday is really about. Trouble at the End. For years now, whenever Christmas pageants are talked about in a certain little town in the Midwest, someone is sure to mention the name of Wallace Perning. Wally's performance in one annual production of the Nativity play has slipped into the realm of legend. But the old-timers who were in the audience that night never tire of recalling exactly what happened. Wally was 9 that year and in the 2nd grade, though he should have been in the 4th. Most people in town knew he had difficulty keeping up. He was big and clumsy, slow in movement and in mind. Still, Wally was well liked by the other children in his class, all of whom were smaller than he, though the boys had trouble hiding their irritation when Wally would want to ask to play ball with them, or any game for that matter, in which winning was important. Most often they'd find a way to keep him out, but Wally would hang around anyway. Not sulking, just hoping. He was always a helpful boy, a willing and a smiling one, and a natural protector of the underdog. Sometimes, if the older boys chased the younger ones away, it would always be Wally who'd say, "Can't they stay? They're no bother." Wally fancied the idea of being a shepherd with a flute in the Christmas pageant that year, but the play's director, Miss Lombard, assigned him to a more important role. After all, she reasoned, the innkeeper did not have too many lines, and Wally's size would make his refusal of the lodging to Joseph more forceful. And so it happened that usual large partisan audience gathered for the town's yearly extravaganza of crooks, creches, beards, crowns, halos, and a stage filled with squeaky voices. No one on the stage, on or off, was more caught up in the magic of that night than Wallace Perling. They said later that he stood in the wings and watched the performance with such fascination from time to time, Miss Lombard had to make sure he didn't wander under the stage before his cue. Then time came when Joseph appeared, slowly, tenderly guiding Mary to the door of the inn. Joseph knocked hard on the wooden door and set into the painted backdrop. Wally, the innkeeper, was there waiting. "What do you want?" Swinging the door open with a brusque gesture, Wally said, "We seek lodging." "Seek it elsewhere." Wally looked straight ahead but spoke vigorously. "The inn is filled." "Sir, we have asked everywhere in vain. We have traveled far and are very weary." "There is no room for you." Wally looks properly stern. "Please, good innkeeper, this is my wife, Mary. She is heavy with child and needs a place to rest. Surely you must have a small corner for her. She is so tired." Now, for the first time, the innkeeper relaxed his stiff stance and looked down at Mary. With that, there was a long pause, long enough to make the audience a bit tense with embarrassment. "No, be gone!" prompted the whisper from the wings. "No!" Wally repeated automatically. "Be gone!" Joseph sadly placed his arm around Mary, who laid her head upon her husband's shoulder. The two of them started to move away. The innkeeper did not return inside his inn, however. Wally stood there in the doorway, watching the forlorn couple. His mouth was open. His brow was creased with concern, his eyes unmistakably filling with tears. And suddenly, this Christmas pageant became different from all the others. "Don't go, Joseph," Wally called out. "Bring Mary back." And Wallace Perling's face grew into a bright smile. "You can have my room." Some people in the town thought that the pageant had been ruined, yet there were some others, many, many others, who considered it the truest Christmas pageant they had ever seen. Dina Donahue. You never know what you're going to get when you have children in a play. Their little minds are just racing, and they're more quick to react than to remember their lines. This is a great, great Christmas story, and I thank you for allowing me to share it with you. Day 2 is now over and done. And we'll be moving on to day 3 tomorrow. So please tune back in and catch another one of our stories for the 25 days of Christmas. Thank you.